question I have for everybody today is, what do you have against Rodney Matthews? We've been asked a few times on messengers and stuff like that, could you please go over the sugar hold? Now, this is a lost art. We have not seen a sugar hold in forever. The last one I would have seen was Rugged Ronnie Garvin. And when I started in this business in 97, kids, is when I started this business, the sugar hold was applied so that you to try out your toughness. Because as we demonstrated before we started taping, how is it?
It's tight.
It sucks.
It sucks.
Yeah, you know what? Let's not even sugarcoat it. Don't even say it's tight. This hold sucks. It's a legit hook move. Hookers used to use this. Don't play by the rules. They're going to hurt you and make you cry. I do believe that Stu Hart did this to Carl. He did it to Carl. I believe, who else? Yeah, all I know is Stu Hart used to do this to people all the time. And when they're starting to lose consciousness and the amount of pressure was on them, he would say, what's it like to breathe your last breath? That kind of attitude when you're stuck in this hold is probably the scariest experience of any wrestler's life. But it's what we go through. It's the old way so that you learn how to sell. I think, unfortunately, that's the problem today with all the kids nowadays is they don't understand how to sell because they've never really had to. Not a lot of kids have been in a fight. So unfortunately, that's good, but it's also bad because you gotta be able to know what you're getting into. This is all combat-based stuff, as I'm going to repeat and repeat again. Here we go. This is the sugar hold. So when you're in a pinning position, normally in a pinning position, the fifth Finley I like is across the cheekbone. But today, what we're going to do is scoop that arm underneath. So once it's in here, the idea is to get him in a position where his arm is over on the other side. So you're under his armpit. Okay, so once he kicks out, usually they kick out with that arm. What you're going to do is take that arm and bring it back. Right? Because he would usually shoot this shoulder that's doesn't have any weight on it. So he'd shoot that shoulder ahead. So when this kicks out, and Rodney Matthews kicks out that way, what I'm going to do is take that elbow and bend it in and then grab his tricep. Already you can see that this is fucking going to suck real bad. So in this position here, you can go down next to the armpit, but a legitimate one would be next to the elbow. So if you can put your hand next to the elbow, that's way better. But in this case, we're going next to the armpit just to keep it a little bit less tight. So what we're going to do is we come down and then we bring him to his side. Putting fist or hand, whatever you want, on that mat, like this in this position. And then once you're in this position, you ride that hip over. So you're going to drive that hip and drive your body up. As you can see, it's not comfortable. Now, if you wanted a legit sugar hold, what the idea is you would bring that toe across that way. You bring your body across that way. It is super, super tight. But this right here, how's that feel? Yeah, it's not fun. This right here, guys, is your sugar hold. That is it's one of the meanest holds in professional wrestling, and it comes from long ago that everybody's forgotten about. But that's legitimately what it is. If you were doing it for real, your hand would be close to the elbow, but for this case, we put it next to the armpit. Sugar hold.